How is it going? So today's video is going to be about rest times. I'm going to speak about that in some more depth shortly, but I just wanted to give you a heads up first that if you hear loads of noises outside, it's because there is in fact a big group of ducks outside right now. So if it sounds like there's a big group of ducks outside, then you're in fact right, and there is. Anyway, back onto today's subject. So rest times. And by this, when I say rest times, I'm talking about the rest times in between your sets. So, in your workouts that I program for you, obviously I give you the amount of sets that you're doing, and then I also give you the amount of rest time that you should rest for in between each set. Now, a lot of people ask me, what should I do within these rest times? They're like, I've got so much, I don't know what to do. There's a few ways I can answer this, but first of all, and this might sound obvious to you, it's not obvious to a lot of people, which is why I'm making this video today, but you literally just rest. I don't want you to jog on the spot. I don't want you to do any burpees. I don't want you to start doing push-ups. I don't want you to start doing backflips. I don't want you to start running around in circles. I don't want you to do any of that. Because this is something I see a lot. I see this happen a lot in gyms. Because think about it. If you're doing all of that, then you're not resting. And this is literally called rest times. So you should be resting. Sit down, stand up. Just recover. Don't keep doing stuff. Don't jog on the spot. Don't do burpees. None of that. That's not what we're doing here. You want to rest, and the reason why you want to rest, sit down, stand up, whatever it might be, just rest. Don't do anything. Is because you want to prepare yourself for the next set that you're about to do. Okay? And if you rest properly, then you can give your all to the next. You can give your very all to the next set that you then do, which is then going to help with your progress in the long term. But if you're jogging on the spot, or doing burpees or star jumps, etc., then you're not resting sufficiently. And if you're not resting sufficiently, then you're not going to be able to give the next set that you do your very best. And if that keeps happening, imagine over the course of weeks, months, years, then you're cutting down your progress. The amount of progress that you could be making, it cuts down a lot. So literally just rest. Okay, so that's basically what I want to say. That's the first point. So just rest. Now, what happens, or the question I often get asked in the follow-up to the answer to that first question is, okay, but you know what, you're right, but I don't need this much rest time. I feel like it's so much rest time. Can I have less rest time? And I love it when someone asks me this, because then this is the number one proof I have, is the best type of evidence I have that person, potentially you included, is not pushing yourself. You're not pushing yourself hard enough in your sets. If you're wondering that, if you're thinking that, if you've asked me that, you're not pushing yourself hard enough in the sets that you're currently doing. If you're asking me, can you have less rest time? Now, that might not be an unusual feeling within your earlier days, maybe in the first 1 or 2 sessions that you're doing. You're doing this for the first time. Maybe you've only started resistance training and you're learning new exercises. In that case, you wouldn't be pushing yourself a crazy amount, because again, you're just learning new exercises. But shortly after, there does come a time where you're definitely, I can guarantee you're not pushing yourself hard enough. If you're asking me, can you rest less time, then no, you can't rest less time. You need to push yourself more within the current sets you're doing. And the way you would push yourself more is by doing more reps. But if you've already maxed out the rep range, then it might be the case that you need to increase the weight. I've often found that a lot of people underestimate their strength. And oftentimes, if someone is asking me, can they rest less, then you might just be that type of person that underestimates their strength, as long as form is good, of course. Otherwise, to summarize, remember, just rest. Don't be doing crazy stuff in between your rest times. Just chill out, prepare yourself for your next set. And no, you can't rest less time. The rest times have been decided for you, because I know that's a good amount of time. And on a final note, this is another way I know people might not be resting enough, is, trust me when I say, if you're pushing yourself sufficiently on, let's say, deadlifts, if you've only got 2.5 minutes of rest in between sets for deadlifts, you will cherish that rest time. You'll know you're pushing yourself hard enough when that rest time is over and you're like, what, that's finished already? Oh my God, here we go again. So that's just something to bear in mind moving forward. Anyway, as usual, I'm always here for you. Message me with any questions you may have on the back of this. Take care, and I'll see you around.